Yo.
Ethan Fair really just decided to come forward and expose Danielle Cohn for being a cheater, while also dragging her mom. However, Danny and her mom hit right back, and the war is on. Hey loves, your girl is here once again to spill the hottest drama that went down in the TikTok universe.
I really never understood the celebrity worship culture that these channels seem to enforce so heavily. I mean, it's just super toxic. I mean, these people are borderline just stalkers to these celebrities' day-to-day lives. Okay, so I can't really explain why I want to see this happen, but I really want to see how her content would shift if the United States was in the middle of a civil war. Like, I'm telling you, the Danielle Cohn stuff would not be as important as she thinks it is. And I know that applies to pretty much any internet drama. Like, obviously there's like first world issues, but like still, I just think it's so funny the way she's like, okay y'all, the steaming hot, piping hot, burn your throat, esophagus hot tea is absolutely steaming. Like, I guarantee you that steaming hot tea would actually be freezing cold if the United States was in the middle of a nuclear war.
Since y'all clicked on this video, you probably already know that I'm gonna talk about the huge scandal that just went down between Danielle Cohn and her ex-boyfriend Ethan Fair, and how they just got into a fight with the entire truth getting exposed. Ooh, girl, you know the tea is hot when it's about Danielle Cohn. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
All I'm gonna say is that if you're gonna make videos on drama that really only like 14-year-old girls and that sort of demographic is really intrigued on, you could at least make your MS Paint drawing of your avatar a little bit more nice to look at. Like, bro, I don't care if you're a man, woman, or a cow, that shit is horrendous.
So, I'm sure many of y'all already know about the disturbing past of Danny's relationship with Ethan Fair, and how he received a ton of hate every day after he left her when she got pregnant. However, since the drama broke out, none of us have heard much from Ethan at all, even though many were expecting an explanation about the Danny situation.
You know, I really question how her mental health would steadily decline for every day that she didn't have access to the internet, more specifically TikTok. I'd say within the time frame of 8 hours to 7 days, she'd single-handedly go crazy. I'd say by like the 2-day mark, she'd be trying to recreate the iPhone model out of tinfoil to try to get back on TikTok. By day 5, she'd probably actually go crazy. And I'm not talking the good crazy, okay? I'm not talking the like, yo, mad hype kind of crazy. I'm talking like the mentally unhinged, actual serial killer insane.
Now, finally, Ethan has actually decided to address the situation, and well, it all started with him shading Danielle by liking an Instagram post suggesting that Danny in fact cheated on Ethan. And not only that, y'all, but he also ended up throwing some subtle shade on his Instagram stories as well, basically saying that people have been lying about him. Social media is like having little demons follow you around until they can get you to break. People making comments on situations that are all lies I will never break. And just because I don't address the lie doesn't all of a sudden make it true. It just means I chose not to give it energy.
Bro, this bitch just went from casual tea spiller slash YouTube news reporter to borderline stalker. Bro, she's reading paragraphs this man put on his Instagram story, seeing what posts he's liked. I mean, bro, this is like fucking overprotective parent shit. Bro, we should like pass laws that would make online restraining orders like a thing, you know? Like, bro, I understand being a big fan of somebody, but there comes a point where you're seeing every single thing this man posts, reading paragraphs he posts, looking what posts he's liked and interacted with, where it's just like, dude, just take a break.
Now, after Ethan started dropping these hints about the Danny situation, things started to get even worse. In fact, when Danielle herself saw this, she ended up firing right back at Ethan's accusations by saying how he's making up lies about her himself. Cheating? I never cheated on him, and he knows that. If you want to release something, then do it. I know what actually happened. I don't need to hear your little symphony story full of lies. But guys, shortly after Danny threw this bomb at Ethan, the whole situation got extremely bad, since Ethan was not here for Danielle calling him a liar at all.
You gotta love how she acts shocked after hearing that someone wouldn't like being called a liar. Like, yeah, no shit, I wouldn't like being called a liar either. Hey, this just in, everybody, get the cameras and microphones. Acheeto doesn't like being called a liar. Like, bro, nobody likes being called names. If somebody called me a name online, I wouldn't like it. That's not news. Like, But hey, at the same time, I know for a fact, again, 14-year-old girls are getting the popcorn and butter saying, oh my god, this is the tea. Quick side note, by the way, how many hours of sleep do you think Anna Oop gets per night? Like, let's just take a guess. I gotta imagine she's up every single night, all night, looking at Twitter, refreshing the trending tab every 30 seconds, hoping for some new news to squeeze some juice out of.
And well, the whole truth finally started to come out. If this is you, Danny, and not your mom typing, I wasn't even talking about the cheating, but you keep exposing yourself. If it wasn't for your active CPS case, I would blow up like a MF. But I'm remaining quiet unless you keep going. You mean the CPS case where you told them you weren't the one who did it? Whatever, I'm done entertaining.
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna cut you off there. I'm really not in the mood to read a paragraph of Danielle Cohn defending herself from cheating with some other Hollywood douchebag.
Anna, oop, ugh. Don't ask. I've already seen all the hate videos about me on YouTube, but let me remind you that my only job here is to entertain y'all.
No, that's not true. You are lying right off the bat. Your job is not to entertain. Nobody views you as an entertainment channel. You are a quasi-news/drama internet channel. Also, hey, look, it's me. Look at that. Anna Oop is the worst T-Spill channel. It's funny how that aged. Sort of aged like a fine wine. Because yesterday, November 13th, Anna Oop dropped the most ridiculous and insensitive and just shit video on her channel. Here's what you need to know about Travis Scott's Astro Festival. Now, I'm not even gonna explain the Astro Festival tragedy. I'm sure you guys all know what happened. Long story short, Travis Scott was performing, and a lot of people got injured at this performance, and like 10 people died. Really, just a tragedy. Like, a 10-year-old boy died. Okay? These parents are never gonna get to see their 10-year-old son ever again. So this is like real shit, okay? There's a reason why I didn't talk about it, even though I probably could have gotten some good views. I understand that, like, the loss of life is far more important than me making a couple dollars from a YouTube video. Like, I don't give a shit. And if me, a 100,000 sub channel that doesn't make as much money as a 2 million sub channel, has the moral compass to say, yeah, I'm gonna sit out of this one, right? She doesn't. She goes ahead and makes a video, 9 minutes and 30 seconds long, fully monetized, by the way, you know, maximizing profit off of a tragedy, with an amazing thumbnail. What do we got? Like, a couple people lying on the ground that are injured, with just, you know, people getting trampled, with the truth in all red, of course, yeah, dude. This is a new level of scummy, dude. So she gets it to 9 minutes to try to stuff, like, I'm guessing 5 mid-roll ads on it to get as much money as she can, but no, it's all okay because she puts some links in the description where you can donate to, I guess, the tragedy, which I'm very willing to bet she didn't give $1 to. Now, if you still don't think that she's being incredibly disingenuous throughout this video, she has dramatic music playing in the background, and at one point literally uses the Vine boom sound effects. Like, are you serious?
You guys, after all the concerts I've been to in my life, I don't think I've ever witnessed something demonic and terrifying as Travis Scott's Astro Festival.
Nothing like the high-quality, royalty-free, dramatic/suspenseful music playing in the background while you reap the benefits of a tragedy, dude.
Travis Scott, aka the guy who moans in autotune.
Ha 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 ha! Oh my god, that's so good! Oh my god, that's clever. Oh, I'm going to kill myself. I cannot believe this is real content. But wait, it gets better.
Already facing more than 18 lawsuits.
Vine boom sound effect! Now, it's not like I have an inherent issue on people making money discussing certain tragic events, but there's a certain, you know, distaste that I feel because of how recently this has happened. This happened like 2 weeks ago, and people are still finding out new information, and how crass she's being with her coverage of this entire story. Like, seriously, the Vine boom sound effect, making jokes about Travis Autotune, and putting the generic suspenseful music in the back. Like, seriously, bro? If you want to be a scumbag and make money off of, like, a recent tragedy that just happened, at least try to pretend like you actually care about it. Like, she's so tone-deaf, it's insane. I don't know if it's just because she's become, like, brainwashed into, like, acting like a T-channel all the time, but, like, bro, this is insane. Show this video to one of the parents whose child was injured at the Astro Festival. I'm sure they'd be delighted to see this. At least with some of the other videos I've seen that discuss the tragedy, they very much seem like they care, or at least they're doing an incredible job faking that they care. It's just very hard for me to take your video about a tragedy seriously, or at least feel like you're being at all considerate when you are throwing Vine boom sound effects in your videos. Now, moving on from this just horrid display of ignorance from the T-channel, we're gonna look at another video that she made a while while ago about Addison Rae apparently being exposed for being a Trump supporter. Now, this video was made a year after the election, so who cares? I don't know. This video is titled, Addison Rae Lies About Supporting Trump and Gets Exposed.
No, because who told Addison Rae that we would totally believe her if she claimed that she isn't a Trump supporter? Isn't it funny how it took months for Addison Rae to address the rumors about her being a Trump supporter?
Yeah, dude, a damning rumor that she needs to address that she was part of the 74 million people that voted for Trump. These T channels will just run with some bullshit regardless of how stupid they sound. In what world would someone have to address rumors that they're part of a group that involves 74 million people? That's like trying to beat allegations that you're a Christian. Like, I'm not even trying to get political, I'm just talking like pure numbers. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, if you really think about it, Addison would have cleared up all the accusations about her supporting Trump the second they went viral on social media.
No, she wouldn't. Why would she do that? Nah, but it's okay, because if I really think about it, she would have, cleared up the rumors the second they went viral. Like, if she voted for Trump and people online are like, oh, you voted for Trump, why would she say anything?
Yeah.
It's like, buddy, get the fuck out of the way, though.
I'm Addison. Nice to meet you. I have to say hi. Hello.
It's like, buddy,
Nice to meet you. But unfortunately, she decided to remain silent about it as she got approached by a paparazzi a week after she met Trump by asking her whether she's a Trump supporter or not. And of course, Addison had nothing to say.
Are you still getting flack for being a Trump supporter?
Oh my god.
Very sus, a year after the election in which a new president has been put in office. Yeah, dude, it's so suspicious. Who cares? And I get it. It's a very easy video to make. You get it, it's 8 minutes, you slap some ads on it, boom. What did she get? 330,000 views in this video? She probably made $1,000, maybe $2,000. But Jesus Christ, a lot of what you're saying in this video is just mind-numbing, bro. And I understand that a lot of her audience probably hates Donald Trump even though they're like 12. So they're okay with the misinformation and the complete bias. But wouldn't you, as like a news channel or a T channel, wouldn't you want to seem as non-biased as possible or as unbiased as possible?
She could have just admitted to being a Trump supporter and went on with her day without causing this huge ass mess.
No, you gotta be fucking joking, right? Are you kidding me? You are the one making this a mess. Nobody made this a mess but you and the T channels. The only reason this is drama is because you decided to make it drama. If you had just said, oh yeah, she's a Republican, she voted for Trump, and went on with your day, literally that's all you had to have done. It's not up to Addison to address this sort of stuff. It's up to you as a supposedly level-headed person to understand that people have differences in opinions and move on with your day.
Let's move on now to one of my favorite racist people on the app, Renata, who just broke up with Vinny Hacker after she was caught giving him a hickey. I don't know who keeps giving Renata the platform to still be on social media, but apparently she's been causing a huge mess between Vinny Hacker and his own fans.
Dude, she did the same shit in the last video where she said, he's been causing this. No, dude, the T channels are causing this. Like, I get that exaggerating on drama that doesn't really exist and exacerbating drama is good for them because that could actually create real drama, and then they could report on the drama that they created, which will just lead to them making more money. And I guess that makes sense, right? Free money. I've probably done something like that myself. I mean, infinite money glitch, who wouldn't exploit that? But I'm sitting here admitting it, dude. Like, she's being so disingenuous about what she's talking about, it's insane.
I usually agree with Vinny Hacker for the most part and how his fan base is one of the most annoying fan bases I've ever seen on Earth.
Bozo, have you seen your own fan base? I will not go against her, hurt my look, my big sister feeling. I thought you was nice and oop, your fan base can't even coherently speak English. This comment makes such little sense that I'm not even sure if this person agrees with me or not. The drama you're trying to make is hilarious. Hope you know this is completely useless. Just stay jealous. You see, the video was actually not completely useless. First of all, I made some valid criticisms against Anna Oop. I made some money doing so, and I actually convinced some of her subscribers that Anna Oop actually is pretty cringe. But the part of this comment that tilts me the most is that I'm jealous. Bro, please. I don't really know how much more clearly it can be said, but I'd rather have testicular cancer stage 5 than watch an Anna Oop video in entirety. The definition of the word jealous means that I'm like unhappy with my own life because I don't have what you have, or that I'm mad at you because you're successful. Dude, you talk about 16-year-old TikTokers in front of a floating character. Yeah, I'm sure you make good money doing it, like I know how YouTube money is, but dude, you're pathetic. Anyways, I got really sidetracked there, but back to Anna Oop's video.
But girl, at this point, I feel like we really should warn Vinny Hacker from his alleged Renata, because she ain't it. If you guys have seen my previous video on Renata, then you probably know how she released a horrible apology a couple of days ago after she ran away from her racist allegations. And, while people didn't accept her apology at all, she still proceeded to surprise us with her disgusting behavior twice as she got exposed for fat-shaming girls in an old clip.
Okay, but that's honestly pretty based. Like, I don't really see the problem with that. Also, the clip that we're about to show is literally the most tame demonstration of quote-unquote fat-shaming I've ever seen.
Дороже белье, чем у Рената. Ну я же его не показываю на весь Инстаграм. Там сидит жирная такая тетка. Я думаю, ну я бы на твоем месте тоже не показывала.
That's actually a pretty good roast. Basically, this chick was coming after Renata saying that, oh yeah, I have expensive clothes, but I don't show them off. And Renata pretty much claps back by saying, oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either if I was your size. Seems like it was a pretty good comeback to whatever this person told Renata in the first place.
Now, after all these allegations on Renata started piling up, Vinny Hacker decided to remain silent for the most part since his fan base were already spamming messages for him to break up with Renata. Although, this did not stop Thomas Petru, aka the Hype House owner, to speak on Renata and address her situation in one of his YouTube videos, since she was recently seen being invited to the Hype House by Vinny and Thomas.
People don't even understand anything. Shortly after becoming friends with Renata, she got canceled on the internet. And there's things that she's said and there's things that she's done that are not excusable, especially here in America, which I have explained to her and I have told her that you're not allowed to say these things and that these are not okay. And that I think people forget that there are places in this world because they're so used to media and online and they're so used to California and the United States or so many countries in this world where that is not as negatively looked upon as it is here in America.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut the clip off right there because I have to highlight what this guy said. It's pretty accurate. Like, obviously in certain parts of the world, like, women literally cannot legally drive. Yeah, I mean, there's really messed up parts of this world, and because of that, societal norms in different parts of the world are gonna be very different. And I think this guy Thomas was just explaining that because some people forget, especially because Renata is white, some people forget that white people come from all across the world and not just America. And I think this guy explained pretty coherently why in different parts of the world, different things are acceptable that might not be acceptable in America. Like, that's really tame. I don't think he was excusing her behavior, rather providing an explanation to people who might forget, or people that just straight up don't know. Anyways, peep Anna Oop's reaction.
Wait. Did I just hear a white man trying to justify Renata's racist actions, or am I wrong?
You are wrong. You are so wrong that if I had to have a disease that would insinuate how wrong you are, I would have Black Death. Like, literally where throughout that clip that you just showed in your own video does this guy Thomas try to say, oh yeah, racism is actually okay when she says it because she doesn't know any better. He literally doesn't try to justify it, he provides an explanation.
I don't understand how this white man has the audacity to try and convince people to stop coming after Renata. Honey, if her racism, body shaming, and cultural appropriation doesn't affect you at all, then don't speak on it.
Dude, why are you yelling? I yell in my videos occasionally, but dude, you're actually like yelling right now. Indoor voices, please. This is teenage internet drama, please shut up. Like, I just know after she recorded that little audio bite, she like literally patted herself on the back. Like, she was like, oh yeah, Anna, you served, bro. When in all reality, the entire point that you just made is that white people cannot have opinions on stuff. Even though the homie Thomas literally wasn't even giving an opinion, he was providing an explanation that was like objective. Like, Anna Oop, do you seriously believe that every country is identical to America? Do you think the people that pray to Kim Jong-un in North Korea have the same worldview as the people that, I don't know, eat fast food every night in America and go on TikTok? If you answered yes, you're just mental.
Anyways, since Petroleum decided to give his thoughts on the issue as if our actions depended on him, Vinny Hacker, on the other hand, also went on his Twitch stream to address a huge topic that has been affecting him on social media, and that is the hickey on his neck.
Dude, there are days where there's no content to make a video on and there's just nothing to talk about, but bro, I will never be so down bad for content to the point where I'm gonna talk about some teenager's hickey on their neck and what that might mean. And Oop, you are 23 years old, okay? That is weird. Anyways, to wrap it up, Anna Oop hates white people, she doesn't like common sense, and she also enjoys thriving off of like teenager sex life drama. And as a fun way to wrap up the video, I found that her Twitter and her, I guess, core audience doesn't really exist. People don't really like her. Matter of fact, I found a tweet of hers that got, get this, 9 likes. So just as a little experiment, I decided to see if I could do that, okay? If I could get the Anna Oop numbers, because apparently I'm so jealous. Let's see. I said, can this tweet get 9 likes? And, it did.